Hello everyone, I'm Michael Cheek from MikesGuitarLessons.com, and we're going to learn The Times They Are A-Changin' by Bob Dylan. And what I played there was the first verse. There's not a ton left besides what I just played, but that's what we're going to learn in this video, and in the next video, and possibly 3 if I have to make a 3rd video, I'll finish up the song. And if you're interested in seeing those parts, you can go to www.mikesguitarlessons.com, check it out there, or you can also find me on Facebook. I have a group I created called Mike's Guitar Lessons at Facebook, and I also have just my normal Facebook profile, and you can check out videos that I don't normally put on YouTube there at Facebook. Now, let's go ahead and get started with the chords we're going to need. The chords we're going to need for this song are G. They're pretty common chords. G, E minor, C, D, and then we're going to use A minor as well, and then a couple of variations of the G and the D chord that I'll get to in a second. Okay? Now, just in case, these are pretty common chords, but just in case you haven't played them before, I'm going to run through those chords and how to play them really quickly. Okay? So G is the first one. And we're going to start with the thickest string and go down, and I'll tell you which frets to hold down. Okay, so for the G chord, it's going to be 3rd fret on the E string. The A string is going to be 2nd fret. 2nd fret on the A string. Then open on the D, the G, and the B, and then 3rd fret on the E string. Okay, so there's your G chord. Your next chord is the E minor. You're going to put your middle finger in the 2nd fret on the A string, and your 3rd finger is going to go in the 2nd fret of the D string. Okay? Everything else is played open. So that's your E minor. The next chord you're going to use is a C. Okay, so the C chord, we're not going to play this thick E string, but it's going to be 3rd fret on the A string, and then 2nd fret on the D string. Open on the G, 1st fret on the B string, and then open on the skinny E string. Okay? The next chord we run into is going to be the D chord. So that's going to be played like this. We're not going to play the thick E string, but I usually go ahead and play the A string just open. The D string is open. The G is played in the 2nd fret with your 1st finger. The B string is played in the 3rd fret with your 3rd finger, and then your middle finger can play the 2nd fret of the skinny E string. So those are your chords to start with. Okay? Now, the way the chord progression is going to go is like this. You're going to have G, then E minor, then C, then G. Okay? That's your first chord progression, so you want to get used to those chord changes. For the next line of lyrics, it's going to be G, E minor, C, then D. Okay? Now, just to show you where you make your chord changes in relation to the lyrics, it's going to be like this. Come gather round people wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown. I'm not singing because I'm trying to spare you my singing abilities, but that's where you make your chord changes. Okay? Now, to continue on, we've got and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. And then the next line is if your time to you, which is an A minor. Actually, I need to go over the A minor because I don't think I did that one. So for the A minor that we get to right there, it's like this. You're not going to play the thick E string, but you're going to play the A string open. The D string is going to be played in the 2nd fret with your middle finger. The G string is played in the 2nd fret with your 3rd finger. The B string is played in the 1st fret by your 1st finger. And then the skinny E string is open. Okay? So continuing on that line of lyrics, it goes, if your time to you, that's where you have the A minor, is worth saving. Okay? Then the next line is going to have a couple of chords that are variations off of what we've already learned. And what we're going to be playing is a D, then a C, and then we're going to have those variations. The first one is a G with a B pedal. And basically all that really means is when you played the G before, you played it in the first part of the song. Instead of having this third fret on the E string as your bass note, you're going to make this A string note in the second fret your bass note. So you don't play this thick E string. So that G with the B on the bottom of it is going to be second fret on the A, and then open, 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 and then third fret on the skinny E string. Okay? Then the next chord is really not a deviation from the D chord a lot, the way I play it, because I normally have an A on the bottom, but in this particular instance, you want to make sure you actually do have that A on the bottom, even if you're used to playing a D on the bottom. So this D with an A pedal is, you don't play the E string, you play the A open, the D is open, and the other notes are the same, so it's second fret on the G, third fret on the B, and second fret on the skinny E string. Okay? So that line goes like this. So you better start swimming or you'll sink. There's the G with the B pedal. You'll sink like a stone. And then the last line of the verse is, for the times they are a-changin'. Okay? So what I'm going to do is slow down the actual song, and I'm going to play along with it. This is going to be about 80% of its full speed, and I'm just going to play along with it, and I'd like you to do the same. So here we go, the first verse. Okay, that was the first verse, and you've actually got 5 verses in the song, and they go exactly the same. It's just the sections in between each verse that changes a little bit, and I'll make a second video for that so I don't go too long with this video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck.